Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, take a look at the headlines first. Finance Bill 2024 amends long-term capital gain tax provision on immovable properties. Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024 introduced in Lok Sabha. Union Cabinet approves Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana-Urban 2.0 scheme. WFP and Government of Odisha jointly launched 24/7 grain ATM in Bhubaneswar. 3 Indian Ocean structures named Ashoka, Chandragupta and Kalpataru as proposed by India. Scientists obtained deepest rock sample from Earth's mantle. Before we begin, we would like to take a moment to correct an error made in one of our news reports on August 9, 2024. In the report titled District Level Committee Approves Habitat Rights for Juangs of Keonjhar, a PVTG in Odisha, we mistakenly stated that Juangs belong to the city of Jaipur. To clarify, the Juangs are a tribal community from Jajpur, Odisha. In our very first news, in a significant development, the Finance Bill 2024 has introduced key amendments to the long-term capital gain or LTCG tax provisions regarding to the sale of immovable properties. This amendment follows a proposal in the Budget 2024-25 that aimed to simplify the LTCG tax structure by offering a lower tax rate but removing certain benefits. Under the previous regime, taxpayers could take advantage of the indexation benefit when calculating LTCG on the sale of properties. Indexation adjusts the purchase price of an asset for inflation, effectively reducing the capital gains and consequently the tax liability. However, the new budget proposed reducing the LTCG tax rate from 20% to 12.5%, but without the indexation benefit. The amendment now provides 2 LTCG tax rate options on capital assets, for example, land or buildings acquired before July 23, 2024. They can either opt for the lower 12.5% tax rate without the indexation benefit or stick with the 20% tax rate with the benefit of indexation, depending on which option is more advantageous for them. To briefly explain, capital gains refer to the profits accumulated from the sale of any capital asset, including real estate, stocks, and bonds. These gains are considered income and are thus subject to taxation. Capital gains are categorized into short-term and long-term depending on how long the asset was held before the sale. Short-term CG is on listed financial assets held for less than a year, while unlisted financial assets and all non-financial assets held for less than 2 years. Whereas long-term CG is on listed financial assets held for more than a year, while unlisted financial assets and non-financial assets held for at least 2 years. Ahead in the news, let's look at a significant development in the banking sector, the introduction of the Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024 in the Lok Sabha. This amendment has been brought forward as the banking sector has evolved over the years and it aims to improve bank governance. To begin with, the bill proposes to amend several key acts, including the RBI Act of 1934, the Banking Regulation Act of 1949, the SBI Act of 1955, and the Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertakings Act of 1970 and 1980. Let's explore the key provisions of this bill. One of the main provisions is the increase in the number of nominees. The bill allows depositors to nominate up to 4 nominees simultaneously, specifying the proportion of their shares. It also introduces successive nomination, meaning several nominees can be listed in a specific order and they would be contacted for claiming funds according to that order. Next, the bill addresses the Investor Education and Protection Fund or IEPF. It enables a transfer of unclaimed dividends, shares, and interest or redemption of bonds to the IEPF when they remain unclaimed for 7 consecutive years. Moreover, the bill allows individuals to claim transfers or refunds from the IEPF, making it more accessible for those who may have unclaimed funds. Another important aspect of the bill is the change in the threshold for substantial interest in shareholding. The threshold in shareholding for directorships has been increased from Rs 5 lakh to Rs 2 crore. The bill also includes provisions for the cooperative banks. It extends the tenure of directors in cooperative banks from 8 years to 10 years, providing more stability in their governance. The significance of these amendments cannot be overstated. By increasing the number of nominees, the bill aims to reduce unclaimed deposits, which were over Rs 42,000 crore in March 2023. Unclaimed deposits include balances in savings or current accounts not operated for 10 years, or term deposits not claimed within 10 years from the date of maturity. Now, let's take a closer look at the Investor Education and Protection Fund. Established under the Companies Act of 1956 through the Companies Amendment Act of 1999, the IEPF aims to promote investor awareness and protect the interests of investors. The Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, is entrusted with the responsibility of administering the IEPF. In summary, the Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024 marks a significant step towards strengthening bank governance and enhancing the protection of depositors and investors. In our next news, let's talk about a significant development in the housing sector. The Union Cabinet's approval of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana-Urban 2.0 scheme. This ambitious initiative, with an investment of Rs 10 lakh crore, aims to address the housing needs of 1 crore families across the country. Let's dive into the key features of the scheme. It works under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, which envisions housing for all. It is a centrally sponsored scheme, except for the interest subsidy scheme component. The scheme will run until 2028-29 and is designed to benefit families who have no pakka house anywhere in the country. This includes families belonging to the economically weaker section, low-income group, and middle-income group. The coverage of this scheme includes all statutory towns as per the Census 2011 and any towns notified subsequently. The scheme operates through several key verticals to ensure comprehensive housing solutions. First, we have the beneficiary-led construction vertical, which provides financial aid to EWS families to build homes on their land. In cases where families are landless, states and union territories may provide land rights. Next, the Affordable Housing in Partnership vertical offers redeemable housing vouchers to EWS families, allowing them to own houses built through various partnerships. Then, there's the Affordable Rental Housing vertical, which operates in two modes. It involves converting government vacant houses into affordable rental housing, or allowing private or public agencies to construct, operate, and maintain rental housing. Additionally, the interest subsidy scheme offers subsidized home loans to beneficiaries, making home ownership more accessible to economically disadvantaged families. The scheme also includes a technology and innovation submission to promote the adoption of modern, innovative, and green technologies. Other features of the scheme include the Technology Innovation Grant, affordable housing policy by states and union territories, and a special focus on facilitating equity for vulnerable groups. To provide some context, PMAYU 1.0 was launched in 2015 with the goal of providing all-weather pakka houses to eligible beneficiaries in urban areas. Since its inception, 1.18 crore houses have been sanctioned, with more than 85.5 lakh houses already constructed and delivered to beneficiaries. In summary, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana-Urban 2.0 scheme represents a significant step towards achieving housing for all in India. Ahead, we have some exciting news from Bhubaneswar, where the World Food Programme and the Government of Odisha have jointly launched India's first 24/7 grain ATM called Annapurti. This innovative initiative aims to provide food grains to beneficiaries with round-the-clock access under the National Food Security Act. Let's start by understanding the significance of the National Food Security Act. The NFSA entitles up to 75% of the rural population and 50% of the urban population to receive subsidized food grains, ensuring food security for millions across the country. Now, what exactly is Annapurti? It's a made-in-India product designed and developed by WFP India that dispenses the type and quantity of selected grains such as wheat, rice or millet to each beneficiary. The distribution process is facilitated through biometric authentication. This innovative solution provides universal access to food grains and can reduce the waiting time by up to 70%. One of the standout features of this is its energy efficiency. It can be connected to solar panels, enabling automatic refilling and making it an environmentally friendly solution. Annapurti's innovative design and functionality have gained international recognition. At the 2022 WFP Innovation Awards, it was acknowledged as one of the WFP's top 5 innovative solutions for disrupting hunger. To provide some context, let's talk about the UN World Food Programme. Established in 1961 by the United Nations, the WFP is the world's largest humanitarian organization dedicated to saving lives in emergencies and providing food assistance to those in need. The WFP's efforts have been globally recognized, and in 2020, it was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for its outstanding contributions to alleviating hunger. In summary, the launch of the 24/7 Grain ATM in Bhubaneswar marks a significant step towards ensuring food security and convenience for beneficiaries under the National Food Security Act. Moving ahead, we journey to the depths of the Indian Ocean, where history and science converge in a remarkable naming ceremony. 3 previously unnamed undersea structures have now been christened with names that echo the rich heritage of India: Ashoka Seamount, Chandragupta Ridge, and Kalpataru Ridge. These majestic features located along the southwest Indian Ridge were discovered by India's National Centre for Polar and Ocean Research. Their new names, Ashoka, Chandragupta, and Kalpataru, were recently approved by the International Hydrographic Organization, or IHO, and UNESCO's Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission, or IOC. Naming undersea features is no trivial task. According to IHO's 2013 guidelines, standardization of undersea feature name, any proposal must include a detailed identification of the feature's character, extent, and position. These proposals are rigorously reviewed by IHO's Subcommittee on Undersea Feature Names, or SCUFN, before receiving the green light. Additionally, national authorities naming features within their territorial sea should adhere to the same 2013 IHO guidelines. So what is IHO and IOC? The International Hydrographic Organization, established in 1921, is an intergovernmental body of which India is a member. It enjoys an observer status at the UN and is recognized as competent international authority regarding hydrography and nautical charting. To that end, the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission, formed in 1961, promotes international cooperation in marine sciences. Through joint projects like the General Bathymetric Chart of the Oceans, or GEBCO, these bodies ensure that our oceans are thoroughly mapped and that every undersea feature is appropriately named and recorded. GEBCO SCUFN maintains and makes available a digital gazetteer of the names, generic feature types, etc. In our next news, we dive deep into an extraordinary scientific achievement that brings us closer than ever to the heart of our planet. A team of scientists aboard the US research vessel JOIDES Resolution has made a groundbreaking discovery, obtaining the deepest rock sample ever collected from the Earth's mantle. Drilling 1.2 kilometers below the Atlantis Massif, an underwater mountain near the mid-Atlantic ridge, they have shattered the previous record of 201 meters, opening a new window into the mysteries of our planet's interior. The Earth's mantle, composed primarily of silicate rock, forms the vast middle layer of our planet, making up over 80% of Earth's volume. Usually, mantle rocks are hidden deep beneath the surface, out of reach for researchers. However, in rare regions like the Atlantis Massif, where tectonic plates slowly drift apart in a process known as seafloor spreading, these ancient rocks can be accessed. This incredible feat was accomplished as part of the International Ocean Discovery Program, with India among the funding partners. The drilling took place on the southern side of the Atlantis Massif, close to the enigmatic Lost City hydrothermal field, a location known for its unique underwater ecosystems. The newly recovered rock sample, composed of over 70% mantle rock, holds immense scientific significance. By analyzing it, scientists hope to gain a deeper understanding of the upper mantle's composition and the chemical reactions that occur between these rocks and seawater under varying temperatures. These processes may have played a crucial role in the origin of life on Earth billions of years ago. Also, previous drilling was not deep enough to look for organisms such as heat-loving bacteria that might dwell farther down. Wrapping up, let's revise some basics. The Earth's interior is composed of several distinct layers. The outermost layer is the crust, which ranges from 0 to 100 kilometers in thickness. Beneath the crust lies the lithosphere, which includes both the crust and the uppermost solid portion of the mantle. Below the lithosphere is the asthenosphere, a more ductile region within the mantle. The mantle extends down to a depth of about 2,900 kilometers. Beneath the mantle lies the Earth's core, which is divided into a liquid outer core and a solid inner core. The core's depth extends to about 6,378 kilometers from the Earth's surface, forming the innermost part of our planet. In summary, this monumental breakthrough not only brings us closer to understanding the Earth's mysterious interior, but also opens up new possibilities for unraveling the origins of life itself. The personality in news for today is Raghoji Bhangre. He is in news as the Ministry of Tribal Affairs recently paid homage to Raghoji Bhangre. He was a tribal revolutionary leader born in Devgaon of Ahmednagar district, Maharashtra, in the Koli community. His father, Ramji Rao Bhangre, is famous for Koli Rising of 1822-29 against moneylenders and British rule. Ramji Rao Bhangre was subsequently hanged in cellular jail. Talking about his key contributions, he led the Koli community against exploitative moneylenders and colonial rule. He was eventually captured in 1847 by Lieutenant Gale at Pandharpur and later hanged. Through his actions, Raghoji Bhangre showcased his values of courage, patriotism, leadership, and more. As we conclude today's main news, let's take a look at some quick updates. Cabinet approved Clean Plant Program under Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. MIDH is a centrally sponsored scheme under Ministry of Agriculture for the holistic growth of horticulture sector covering fruits, vegetables, root and tuber crops, etc. RBI announced measures for the continuous clearing of checks under check truncation system. Once implemented, checks would be cleared within hours of submission instead of 2 days taken currently. RBI increased UPI limit from Rs 1 lakh to Rs 5 lakh per transaction. UPI is an instant real-time payment system. It is developed by NPCI to facilitate interbank transactions through mobile phones. Nagaland became the first state to adopt the Disaster Risk Transfer Parametric Insurance Solution after signing a MOU with SBI General Insurance. The objective is to protect critical infrastructure and reduce economic losses resulting from extreme weather events. World Meteorological Organization has launched the Polar Coupled Analysis and the Prediction for Services project to improve weather forecasting in Arctic and Antarctic. The objective is to increase and improve weather, water, ice, and climate information about the Arctic and the Antarctic. A new flowering plant from Ceropegia genus has been discovered in Vishalgarh area of Kolhapur. Plant has been named after Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Army is carrying out Parvat Prahar exercise in Ladakh, focusing on high-altitude warfare and operations. It involves various military units and equipment to maintain readiness near the India-China border. Russia declared emergency in Kursk region. It is located in the central part of the Eastern European plain and borders Ukraine. It has prospected deposits of iron ore, phosphorites, peat, and building materials. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Knowledge. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description below.